ever been in. That's not holding up anything, regardless. Absolutely nuts. Look at this opening. Clearly an entrance with this three-piece collar set here. Doesn't get much more inviting than that. So it would appear that we're standing on top of the haulage tunnel, and it would have went right underneath the ground here where it's all filled in. Let's go down and find out what we're looking at here.
Yeah, it's a little tight right here under this collar, and then it looks like it might open back up again.
Well, I for one want to find out. Wow. This slab of earth here is being held up by that timber. A little bit of a tight squeeze in, but got a little bit of room to move around down here. Oh, wow. That is a crawl right from the start.
That's a crawl fest, though, at least the next 50 feet.
But how about that entrance, though? How cool is that? Almost looks like one of those gold mine entrances out west. Well, if you could bear with some shaky video, we're gonna do the crawl. That is a detached piece of roof. Navigate around. Lots of timbers up ahead. Well, that's how tight of a crawl it is. Got a pretty good spill right here. Well, we can make it over it. See if it keeps going or not. A little sketchy. That's not holding up anything, regardless. I'm gonna try not to touch it anyway, though. Oh, look at all the timbers in the ceiling up here. Crazy, right? Okay, here's those timbers I was talking about. That's cool. At least we know the roof is going to be much better supported, at least in this area. Clearance somewhat higher now. Absolutely nuts. See, you couldn't tell how insane it is by me crawling through their first person view, but when you see someone else doing it, yikes. The miners that worked in here, they'd be like, ah, that's nothing. No big deal. Look at this intersection. Such a tight crawl, but that is really cool looking. Three-piece collar set going all the way back here. These are good, thick supports. So this is a good spot to have a quick break, I guess. Look at this intersection.
I can't believe they worked this. I mean, I'm not a big guy, and I'm having a little bit of a struggle. Oh, goodness, look at this.
I like the supports though, huh?
Yeah, they got them very close together. I never saw three-piece collars like this in such a low mine, you know? That's cool. Wow, that looks like it goes back into some workings there.
Yeah, I want to go that way. This is, I don't know, not too promising looking. Wow, that's amazing looking. Okay, so I think we hit the vein, because this looks like it was worked through big time. Look at all the timbers. Wow, does that go back? Look at the shovel head.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty much laid out once again here.
Right on my back.
But at least we made it to the workings.
Never saw anything like this.
Imagine crawling through this every day.
This goes in pretty far too, and it just never opens up.
I know I've said it plenty of times before, but I think this right here is the tightest working I've ever been in. I mean, I am flat on my stomach. How much space do I have above me? Not much, right?
Couple inches, not even.
How could you possibly dig through this? Until you're actually in here, on your stomach, you could be told how hard their job was. Without experiencing it, you just never know. For your Pennsylvanians, if you're wondering how your grandparents or great-grandparents made a living, a lot of them did this. That goes back as far as the eye could see, too. In all directions. Besides a pillar here and there. Look at me. However, that was a cool experience. So I wonder if this is how the miners took their breaks back in the day, just
Yup, I'm sure.
laying on the ground, looking up at the ceiling here. Maybe thinking about the beach.
Better days. This is the only way you could really relax down here. Any other way, you're kind of straining. So
Well, you know what? In a weird way, I'm kind of comfortable right now. Just taking it all in.
wow, look at that shot, dude.
Incredible, isn't it? You're looking back, you're seeing the gob wall that we passed.
Sending me first.
Yeah, might as well, right?
10-4.
They didn't have the luxury of a high clearance gangway in this mine to reach the workings. They had to crawl just to get back to work over there. Isn't that absolutely crazy? That might cause a tiny bit of anxiety, just that crack in the timber there holding up the roof. So I think we'll have a look on the left real quick where the tunnel continued through.
Phil's gonna peek his head down over the top of your past.
Yeah, it might be a hands and knees.
The end of this tunnel looks tight. And see if that goes anywhere.
I'm assuming it's workings. I don't really see the vein, but it could just be everything was completely robbed out. Yeah, it's a total mess. When it's that bad and all you see is rock spills, you're not going to get any further. Behind it there, I could sort of see the vein right in there. But yeah, this is a complete disaster. All right, well, I think we saw about as much as we're going to. And that's what we crawled through. And that's what we have to go back out through.
The sketchiest area.
Oh man, yeah, that spot makes me nervous. Wow, you cleared it without touching it at all.
Something just fell.
Little chunk of rock, no big deal. Look at that. I don't think it's holding anything up, but the roof has separated right there though. Yeah, I grazed it. Fortunately, it hasn't moved at all. All right, we made it back to daylight, so we are done crawling. I will say this is probably the smallest mine I've ever crawled through before. Not in overall size, but just in roof clearance from start all the way to where we ended up at the workings. A lot of times you start off in pretty big wide open gangways where you're walking for a while before you hit the workings.
I really liked it.
Different experience.
Yeah.
So please, stay out and stay safe.
Stay the hell out.
Good advice. We'll see you in the next hole.